the cost of higher education. Harbor Fuel, over 30 years of dependable service, 24-hour service, tire sales, used cars, vehicles, off-road vehicles. Harbor Fuel fixes them all, Cooper Tiles, the whole bit. Stop by and tell them that you saw the ad on Channel 3. Call ahead, 228-2411. Okay, we're going to swing this over to our John Stanton. He's going to talk to our crack statistician, Chris Warner of the Inquirer Mirror, who has a little rundown on Central Falls.
Thanks, Dick. Here tonight with, as we are, I guess, every pregame, with Chris Warner, sports editor at the Inquirer Mirror. Chris, this is going to finally be a test for the Whalers?
It'll be their best test of the year, I think. Central Falls coming in with a lot of size, a lot of speed. Haven't been able to put it together yet. They're 0-3 so far in the year. They do play in a very tough city league in Rhode Island. But if Nantucket's not careful, they're the type of team that can really take advantage.
Hallett looked pretty good in the middle. Both Whale linebackers, Hallett and Roberts, looked good in the middle. They're going to be expected to be the keys tonight?
I think so. I think also Nantucket's going to have to watch out for the outside. Central Falls runs a lot of misdirection, a lot of sweeps. Nantucket's going to have to make sure that they stay on the outside, stay with their assignments, because if one of these guys breaks free, specifically Mario Gonzalez plays some running back and quarterback, and also we've got Danny Sanchez playing quarterback, runs the option. There's a lot of speed there, and if they get to the outside and break it free, it's a touchdown for Central Falls.
Well, a good test for the Whales. The Whales trying to put the ball up a little bit with sort of mixed results last week. I'm going to see more of that, or do you think you'll stick to a running game?
I think they'll see what they can do on the ground, typical Capizzo ball. But I think also they're going to want to try to test Alex Trebby more and more as he's coming back slowly from that injury. His timing was off last week, but they've got a new offense called Navy where they are able to use two flankers, a tight end and a split end. So that's something Central Falls hasn't seen before, that Nantucket hasn't shown before. And what they're looking to do is use Porter Fraker a little bit more in the running game.
All right, well, thanks a lot. Dick, back over to you.
Hey, we hear the Whalers downstairs getting ready to go out. Bob can swing the camera around here and catch them going out. And while they're heading out, I'd like to mention all our fine sponsors who bring you the fall season. Mid-Island Pizza, the Booster Club meets every Tuesday night. Nantucket Electric Company, Suzanne's Hair Design, Davis Flooring, Island Carpet, Orange Street Video, Island Lumber, A Cut Above, Kitchens and Baths, Ron DeSilva, who has to support your local Boys and Girls Club, Santos Rubbish Removal, Nantucket Lightship Baskets, Marine Home Center, Sun Island Delivery, King Electric, Nantucket Rental, Kane's Custom Millworks, Island Spirits, Nantucket Golf Club, Chip Hart and Associates, Yates Welding and Gas, English Trunk Show, J.A. Cooper Plumbing and Heating, Milestone Electronics, Schooners, Rose and Crown, Frank Sylvia Antiques, Gray Lady Marine, Arrowhead Nursery, Geronimo's, Howland Sons, Swain's Travel, Boynton Builders, Nantucket Tileman, Nichols Farentella Landscaping, and we see the Whalers getting ready out there. Cheerleaders just leaving the field. Cook's Cafe, Sports Locker, Barone Plumbing and Heating, Jeff Beamish, Butcher Amos Plumbing and Heating, R.J. Kalman and Sons, The Downey Flake, David Kowacki Construction, Nantucket Airlines, Quality Inn, Christians, Sweetwaters, Island Airlines, National Car Rental, Peanut Bus Lines, Thrifty Car Rental, Nantucket Nectars, Something Natural, Arnold's, 41 Main Street, Nantucket Bank, Seagrill, The Inquirer and Mirror, Fairgrounds, Don Allen Ford, J.M. Ramus Incorporated, Island Parcel Plus, Atlanta Cafe, Pacific National Bank, Nantucket Pharmacy, Young's Bicycle Shop, Congdon and Coleman Insurance, Hutch's, Valero and Sons, Harbor Fuel, Killen Real Estate. And we see the co-captains heading out in the field. The co-captains are brought to you by Bob's Auto Repair.
That's right, Dick. For the Whalers, co-captains Alex Trebby and Joey Hallett out there for the flip of the coin. Danny Sanchez and Jerome Tulin, the captains for Fall River, Central Falls, one of those Rhode Island towns.
There's a fall in there somewhere, John.
There's a fall in there somewhere.
Just don't you fall out the window here. I don't want to have to do this alone
just like
up
my career here. So we'll see what happens, and it looks like the ref talking to Central Falls. Red Sox lost 4-3. If like I say, it's old news now, but we're upset about it here in the booth as we speak.
At the moment, we're upset. Hopefully Monday, we're not upset anymore as they come back and they win game 4 and 5. It's a maybe, just maybe.
It's a maybe. All right, Central Falls will receive.
All right, everybody keeping score at home, change your rosters as Ed Perry is number 28. Did you get that change, John?
Number 28, Ed Rosenthal.
It's right off the press here. Hot news.
Ed Perry did a good job. They got up. They came to do. Because they're never going to see it, which makes their job they did remarkable to think to come up here.
Actually,
There he is.
there's Ed Perry. Hi, Ed.
I wonder if he was he a JV player that brought up. He's got a little bandage on his head.
Actually, Ed came over unsigned, and he signed on the fast boat about 2:45 today. All right, we're going to have the national anthem, and it's going to be sung by Christine Cimitaro, 4th grader.
But so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose hearts streams and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and
Hey, Christine Cimitaro, we couldn't find her this week. Last week she was in the booth. Maybe she was in the booth again, but she was standing behind Dennis and Dick Caton. So there she comes now. Christine coming out. She was in the booth, but we couldn't find her up there. And second week in a row, Christine has done a great job with the national anthem.
What grade is she in?
4th grade, John.
Good job. Good job.
So the music department.
Has all her people with her now.
Oh, they are.
Her agent
The
and
whole-
a couple of her producers.
The whole 4th grade there. The whole 4th grade comes down for that.
We'll be
Little field trip.
ready to kick off. Martin is going to be kicking the ball off for the Whalers. Deep for Central Falls would be number 7, Mario Gonzalez. And number 33, co-captain Jerome Tulin. Kevin Martin going over to have a word with his teammates before the kickoff.
Yeah, it's good to be friends with your teammates before the kickoff.
Although we saw Martin make his share of sticks last week, Dick.
Yes, yeah, he was involved in a few tackles. One of them was he was one of the first men downfield.
First man downfield's your kicker. You got a little problem when you're kicking team.
And I asked Vito about that. I said, what's this about the kicker being the first one down the field? He says he's faster than him, so that's...
All right, Martin puts a toe to it. Nice kick, and this one sails back to the end line, and it's going to be taken by Toole. He's looking up the middle. Gets to about the 25-yard line. He's dropped by any number of Whalers.
Good return there by Central Falls. You think that they might let that one go through the into the end zone and get it out in the 20, but they come right at it, field it, and take it out to the 27.
It's a windy night here. The smoke from the Linguiça barbecue is drifting over the field.
It's blowing right in our direction, so this is... Every once in a while, John just sort of takes a big pause and gets a little Linguiça into the nozzle.
The Linguiça smoke just went right over the field.
He's all set for a couple more plays.
All right. Danny Sanchez brings out the Central Falls. Looks like he's looked like a quarterback keeper almost.
Nantucket
Tooling
not
for a couple, I guess.
Nantucket not in their normal defense there. They look like they had about 5 or 6 guys up on the line. Timmy Rynamo getting a chance to start on defensive tackle. Boynton, who injured in the second half last week, will play some offense. And Tim Rynamo is starting at defensive tackle along with Nick Lepre, and the defensive ends are Farentella and Coletti.
All right, loss of 1 on that play. 2nd and 11. Central Falls, another quick dive into the middle, and it's going to be not much more, maybe a gain of about 3.
We'll set the rest of the defense. Mickelson, the outside linebacker on this side. Matt Roberts in the middle with Joe Hallett. Porter Fraker, the outside on the other left side. And we see Chris Beamish, who's in at 1 halfback. now being replaced by Tony Sisha. And in the middle, Chris Gardner. We heard Chris Gardner was a little bit down with the flu, so we'll keep an eye on him and see how his strength is.
All right, Rynamo playing in on a tackle spot now. Pitch goes outside to number 7. Whalers get this one.
Hunter Mickelson.
Hunter Mickelson makes the stick. Broadus Sisha comes in with him, and Ferrantella comes in on the tackle.
Yeah, Mickelson stays right home there. They look like they blocked Mickelson, but he stays home, he stays low, and he puts the pop on the runner as the runner comes right up to him. That's going to make it 3rd and should be 4th and 7. The board's saying 3rd and 7, 4th and 7. So Central Falls are going to have to punt into the wind.
They have
So
to punt into the wind. Gus Rodriguez back for the punt, back for the Whalers. Whoop! Ball gets away from Rodriguez. It's a bad snap, and the Whalers are going to have a touchback, I think.
Let's see where they mark it.
This could very well be a touchback. Nope, they're going to mark it right on the line of on the goal line.
1 foot line, so that actually turns out to be a break for the Whalers.
A big break.
Because if it goes into the end zone, they only get the 2 points. Now they're going to have 4 cracks from the 1 foot line to get 6 points out of it.
And not the case of a rush being put on by the Whalers, but a bad snap that got away from Rodriguez.
Well, the Whalers actually had 10 guys up there, John, so they were going to come, but the snap was bad, and the punter ran it down and couldn't corral it and get up.
All right, Treby at quarterback brings out the Whalers in an eye. Kirby's going to keep it. Quarterback sneak, touchdown.
So Alex Treby takes it right through on the Whalers' first play of the day. So the Whalers, a team that lives and dies with the turnovers, is going to live on that one, John.
A good break for the Whalers early on, Dick, and they made good use of it. And just like that, the Whalers go on the board, 6-zip, 7:52 within 10 seconds, Dick. 8 seconds they score.
Gardner holding, Martin getting ready to kick.
Good snap, ball down, the kick is drilled, and it is 7-zip Whalers.
So Martin puts it through. And that extra point was brought to you by Congdon & Coleman Insurance for all your insurance needs. Congdon & Coleman says, are you ready for some football? They are, down at 57 Main Street. Homeowners, business packages, workman's comp, established 1931. Congdon & Coleman. Any information, give them a call, 228-0344. This kickoff coming up is brought to you by Peanut Bus Lines, the official carrier of the Nantucket Whalers, Peanut Bus Lines. And Peanut Bus Lines will be taking the Whalers up to the game next week and also be taking some of the fans up. If you want to go to the game next week, there will be a bus that meets a 6:30 boat, and also it'll go by the airport. Anybody wants to fly over. Nantucket Airlines is offering a great deal, $35 round trip if you're going to the game.
Do you have to go to the game?
Do you have to go to the game? No, you can fly over, 35 round trip. You're going to the game anyway, so. So don't you think of anything.
All right, Kevin.
You ought to be there. You'd be having breakfast with Ruth, Bob. You're already over there.
Wales going to have another chance to put a toe to it. 2 men deep for the Fall Rivers, and Central Falls, another good kick. Taken on the 5-yard line, finds a hole in the middle, a little slip on that field, and he's brought down right before the 20-yard line by a group of Whalers, including Mickelson and Ferrantella and number 53.
Central Falls came out.
Swain.
Central Falls come out in this game a little fired up. They took the first kickoff, had a nice play, had a first good running play, and then all of a sudden the Nantucket defense took over, and the bad snap has deflated. And they weren't as crisp and sharp running up on that kickoff return as they were in the first. So,
well, we'll see what they do. Again, it was a tough ball to handle. Inside for the Whalers, number 68, Nick Lepre, number 9, Rynamo. We'll see if the Central Falls want to do something besides up the middle. They don't, and they get a couple of yards. Pick up maybe about 4, brought down by 61 Hallett.
Yeah, a little bit running off the tackle there. They found a little bit of room to get going, and going to pick up about You should say about 3 or 4, so it's going to be second and about 7.
All right, it is second and 7, ball on 23-yard line. 2 backs. Ball goes to the second man through. Big hole, he gets about 5 yards, and he's brought down by Coletti makes a stop.
Yeah, big hole there that time, John, and Central Falls found it, and they pick up about 5 or 6. Is going to be pretty close to the first down as they mark. It's going to be third and about 1, so we'll call that a 6-yard pickup.
Paul Caruso, number 45, one of the captains, found came out of that tailback slot and found some running room. They're full house backfield again. Ball goes to the second man through.
He breaks it.
Running room. He's going to break
breaks
it.
it.
It's a foot race now. Seitz catches him at the 40, but
Only the speed of John Seif saves a touchdown. Who was running that one, John?
that was Nelson Milo, and he found a hole. Well, he found a hole on the left side of the line and took off. It was Ed Perry, number 28.
Oh, Ed. No wonder why.
In the game late, the secret weapon.
No wonder why Ed wanted us to know his number.
Well, we're going to be knowing it a lot more now, I think. First and 10 on the 39-yard line. We'll roll out and a wild pitch. And Central Falls is going to keep the ball. Maybe. I think he might have coughed it up. Whalers signaling it's their ball. So does the ref. It's going to be Whalers' ball, first and 10 on the 39-yard line.
Yeah, a real crazy play to run in that situation.
A crazy pitch. Jeff St. Pierre was the back and started to move, and the quarterback, Sanchez, pitched the ball right over his head. No chance to make the play. St. Pierre was on his feet enough to get back and try to fall on the ball, but couldn't do that. Took a bad bounce.
Yeah,
and the Whalers pursued it down.
Looked like he did fall on it, but when you're running backwards, falling on the ball all at the same time, it bounces free, and that one just bounced free. Nantucket going to a different formation here, double slot, one back in the backfield, now motion this way.
All right, Trebi rolling out. Got heavy
He
rush on
fumbles it.
Sanchez. He drops the ball.
Oh.
They're going to say he was throwing it.
Oh,
gonna
the
say he was in
Central
motion.
Falls coaches irate, and they have a point. They are irate.
They do have a point. Danny Sanchez had him right in his hands and was twisting him to the ground. And
I think
no way he
that-
was throwing that ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to say. I think they're going to say he was down. Not so much throwing the ball, because they're saying when he's throwing the ball, they put the ball back on the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he was in the grasp and brought down, so no fumble, and Nantucket dodged the bullet
Ooh,
there.
a big break. Still, it is second and a bunch on the 45-yard line. One back, 2 in the slot. Seiss is wide this way. One man in motion. Pitch goes wide to Gardner. He's got behind a trap behind the line of scrimmage by number 65,
And that goes as a 5-yard loss. So
Jesus
Nantucket-
Cortez.
John, Nantucket has a 7-0 lead, and they have run 3 plays for minus 29 yards. How do you have a 7-0 lead when you run 3 plays for minus 29 yards?
Hey, there's being good and there's being lucky. And sometimes they go together and sometimes they don't. Second and 30, another 5-yard loss for the Whalers. They now have the
giggles
ball on the 40. Trebi brings him out, backs it an eye behind him. Trebi's going to throw. He's looking to air it out to Seitz. Oh! Seitz was open and the ball just overthrown by just a couple of strides, Dick.
It seemed like neither the receiver or the defensive back was looking at the ball. Seitz had the benefit of that because he sort of knew where the ball was coming down. The defensive back was just sort of running alongside of Seitz, and then Seitz made a lunge right at the end and almost brought it in.
All right, so the Whalers going to punt the ball away now. Porterfrake is going to kick it for the first time all year. We're going to see a Whaler punt.
We heard he kicked one 60 yards in practice last night with the win. Let's see what he can do here with the win.
This time he drops one. A pretty good snap. He's going to hold it. Just going to try to do something, get out of bounds. And he has run down inside the 40
So
by number 32, Paul Rabowitz.
So the punting game has hurt both teams here now. That looked like Porter could have gotten that one off, John, even after he picked it up.
After he picked it up, it's a little, hey, it's the first punt of the year. He didn't have much experience. And it gets a little harrowing to be back there and you've just dropped the ball. Your first instinct is to run with it.
Coach Hickman said last night when that gale came in, we all know how that wind came in last night. You know, yesterday afternoon we're walking around in shorts, and then last night the doors are blowing open, the windows are blowing. They said practice up here last night. They were doing the kicking game right at the end, and Porter Fraker kicked one with the wind, and it went over the goalpost, 60 yards in the air, bounced in the cemetery, and they never found it. So.
Well, with that wind, you could have just tossed the ball up in the air and it would have went 60 yards. All right, Central Falls trying to take advantage of this situation now. He gets about a yard. He is stopped by Lepre and by Ferrantella.
Yeah, they take over in the 38 after the Nantucket's missed punt attempt. Nantucket took over in the 1, and they scored right away. Central Falls has 38 yards to go. They have decent field position, and that's important for them. Even if they don't go in for score, they got field position back in their favor, and they're going to get the wind in about 4 minutes in their favor.
All right, Sanchez comes out, full house backfield for Central Falls. Second man through is number 45. He's caught by Joe Hallett shooting a gap and brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Hallett came right through and he did a good thing. He grabbed the first guy coming by in a white jersey and he had the ball and he tackled him. Coletti was coming through in the backside too. I think Coletti was actually the one that made the tackle. That's what our crack statistician says, John. Coletti made the tackle.
Okay, that's why he's the crack statistician. And we're just the guys who happen to have the microphones.
33 gets roughed up for Central Falls, but he's up on
Jerome
his feet.
Toolin, the co-captain, he's up on his own speed and walking off the field, so good to see that. Bob is now, you are not in control of your television set.
We're in the first quarter. Remember, first quarter is brought to you by Valero & Sons. Garden Center, they're out at 60 Old South Road. Full line of Mason Supplies. Open Monday to Saturday, 7:30 to 5. Valero
All right,
Sons.
Central Falls comes out, 3rd and 8 on a 35. Two backs, one in the slot. Rodriguez rolling, gonna throw, looking deep. Got one man open. Picked off by, I think it's Seitz. No, it was Seitz.
Seitz?
Wales gonna take the ball over on the 3-yard line.
Seitz had 2 interceptions last week, so that's his 3rd of the season.
Sanchez put that ball up, and he had a lot of arm on it, but he just hung it up there a little bit. And Seitz playing what they call center field, came across and picked that one off. Kind of a wacky game so far, Dick.
Yeah, back and forth turnovers. That's the 3rd turnover of the game.
Dick's searching for his pen in the booth. He can't use any other pen. He has to have his special pen.
Well, that one's not working at the moment. I do a lot more writing than you, John.
All right, Trevi behind, taking the Whalers out, trying to get them out of this. You got their backs out from their own goal line.
Yeah, you can't make a mistake here, boy. Handoffs are being made in the end zone, so everybody's going to be clean and crisp. And
Gardner up the middle for a gain of about maybe 4. Well, it's not bad if you can whack off a gain of 4 every, on 1st and 2nd.
Central Falls coach going out in the field. 53 gets banged up in that play. 3-yard gain for Nantucket, and 63 actually. 54 going in.
Gus Rodriguez.
So 2nd and 7.
Bad day for Gus. He was the kicker that had the ball go over his head as well. All right, 2nd and 6 and 5. Trevi with a full house backfield behind him. Collins signals, hands off to the second man through. It's Gardner. He's looking for some running room to the outside. And he gets a couple of yards. Won't be a first down.
Good job by Gardner getting the ball out from near the goal line. Looks like he's out close to the 10. Let's see where they spot it.
All right, puts the Wales in good field position. Ball on the 9-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Well, 2 yards they need. It's a long 2. 3rd down.
2:23 left in the first quarter. If you just joined us, this has been a game of comedy of errors so far.
3 turnovers here in the first
Wales
quarter.
come out with Seitz and Fraker split wide. 2 men in the backfield. Give goes to
Looks like Roberts had the ball. He's going. they pushed him back. Let's see where they spotted.
They sure did push him back. He was stuck hard by Central Falls at the line of scrimmage. I think he's been a loss of maybe 2.
Breaking up on
So it's 4th and 5. Nantucket's going to have to kick it, and thank goodness, John, they still have benefit of the wind.
It'll
About
be,
a minute and a half here to go.
After not punting all year, Nantucket gets is forced to punt twice in the first quarter here.
And this time from their own end zone.
In the end zone, Porter Fraker. So snap is pretty good. And gets a nice kick away. It pushes Central Falls back to midfield and brings the ball back up. Gardner makes the tackle on the 45-yard line. 35-yard, its own 35-yard line. Central Falls will take over in Whaler territory.
Yeah, Perry takes that, makes a decent run back. He just puts his shoulder down, goes up the middle. You can't ask much more than that from your punt return man. And Central Falls gets the ball in Nantucket territory for the second time. Good field position again. Last time they had it, they ran a couple and then threw the bomb to the end zone, which Sites picked off on the 3. Central Falls only has another minute 11 seconds, John, to go into the win. Let's see how they play this. See if they try to get some time off the clock and get the wind to their back. Let's see if Nantucket calls a timeout and keeps the wind in their face.
Sanchez comes out, power eye to the right. Back goes to the ball goes to the second man through, and he is crushed by the Whalers.
Yeah, Matt Roberts.
1, 2, 3, 4 Whalers. Matt Roberts, Coletti. Good job there by the middle of the Whaler defensive line.
And Nantucket is taking the timeout, so Nantucket's got their eye on that clock. They want to keep Central Falls going into the wind as much as possible. Portions of this game are brought to you by Cook's Cafe. Remember, open for lunch 11:30 to 3 weekdays, open for dinner Friday and Saturday. Homemade baked goods on weekends, open at 8 a.m. The best sandwich wraps on the island. Also, Bob's Auto Repair. Robert Larrabee, owner, certified automotive technician. He's out at 48 Nobodea Farm Road. For appointments, give them a call at 228-1239. Valero & Sons Garden Center. The out in Old South Road. And also Fairgrounds, the Fairgrounds restaurant. Monday Night Football at Pudley's Pub. Game day surprises, 6 different games at once, free giveaways, and John Stanton's favorite, food at halftime. That'll get John moving towards Pudley's Pub every Monday night.
Thanks, Dick.
As John finishes off his 3rd linguiça burger here. He's the only guy that can eat 3 linguiças during a timeout.
All right, Sanchez gets a good pressure from the Whalers, tries to throw anyways, and deflected by
Chris Beamish.
Chris Beamish. That was one that Sanchez was lucky to get off, but if you're going to get that off when you're getting pushed back by the defensive rush, better to throw it to the tuba player, as they say, Dick.
Yeah, he threw that one on the fly. Chris Beamish is in a better position. He takes that in stride and just walks into the end zone, really. Those are tough ones to throw out in a flat like that there. He got away with one there, 3rd and 11.
All right, Central Falls, 3rd and 11. Sanchez in a pro set formation. One back. Drops back. He's going to a lot of pressure again. Gardner picks it off. He's cutting to the right, to the left sideline. Gets by one tackler. Gets a pretty good block. Gets over to 35. Gets over to 50.
And he's going to go all the way.
Now.
Flag down.
It's a flag down on the play. Looks like
2
it might
flags
be a clip.
down. 2 flags down, John, so we know that one will come back.
Yeah. Gardner made a great interception. Again, Sanchez tossed the ball up there for grabs, and a Whaler grabbed it. Sanchez now down on the field, as is number 74, Justin Gardner. 2 penalty flags down on the field.
So the Whalers are going to get the ball.
Nick Lepre, number 68, made a block on that far sideline that was looked like a pretty good block from here. You got to film it to the outside.
There was no flag on that one. The flag was already down before that happened, although they did throw a second one in, but I don't think they threw it on the Nick Lepre block. He really laid somebody out over there. And Doc Lepre was the first one on the scene. He's saying, "How are you, kid?" And the kid says, "All right." He says, "That was my son that hit you there."
He said, "Oh, good hit, Nick. Oh, gee, sorry. You okay, kid?"
So let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it all the way back on the 26. So Chris Garner gets Nantucket's second interception of the day. We got to keep track of the interceptions. They had 4 last week. I think they had 1 or 2 in the first game. They're up to about 8 or 9 interceptions already, and a lot of it's put on by the defensive line, putting the pressure.
Bob taking a shot of Maureen and Bob's latest girlfriend,
Diana.
in the booth, Diana.
Heading over for getting John.
Now getting back to the field.
Getting John another 6-pack of linguiça for the next time out.
Oh, last time you guys went over there, I said, Dick, where's my food? Oh, I forgot it. Thanks a lot.
Did I bring you back a linguiça, John?
You did, thank
Okay.
you. That's all you brought,
All
though.
right.
I told you I wanted one of everything. You brought back one.
I couldn't carry anymore. As it was, I left stuff behind that I
They
paid
went
for.
over there and they said no. They said, that Dick's lying again.
All right, we're in this timeout again. This timeout. Brought to you by Something Natural. Visit the new location, Nantucket Bagel Company at 6 Yogurt Plus at 6 Oak Street. Something Natural. Call your orders in 228-0504. Nantucket Airlines early bird special. Also remember, if you're traveling off island next week to the game, $35 round trip if you go into the Blue Hills game next week on Nantucket Airlines. And broadcast of these programs is made possible by Nantucket Bank. Nantucket Bank is committed in its support of all school athletic programs as a vital component of our children's education. Community support is a tradition at Nantucket Bank.
All right, Dick, the refs have sorted things out now. The timeout, the Whales took a timeout to discuss things, and now they have the ball. 1st and 10 on the 27.
And they get the win. I
Trevi
would
brings
not
out
be
ball
surprised.
and an eye. 2 split flankers, split to our side. Double pumps it, throws it up. Oh, Franke had that one, dove. I thought he was going to hold on to it, but he drops it. Just let him a little too much and incomplete.
Yeah, Portofranco was out there in stride, and if he had another step, John, he takes that in. I think he races down the sidelines. He got behind 2 Central Falls D-backs.
If he had held on to that, Dick, he made a nice dive to try to get the ball. If he had held on to that, it would have been a nice catch.
So 30 seconds ago, Nantucket's got the wind. They may pass all 4 downs here. Might have a little pro shootout here.
Well, we'll see. They come out 2 backs, and Seitz and Franke split to the other side. Trevi Collins signals. First back gets it through. It's Roberts, and he gets about 4 on the play.
Yeah, they try to switch up and run a quick dive there, but Central Falls had enough people in the middle, and that could be the last play. And Nantucket's getting back into the huddle in a hurry, but they're not going to have time to get a play called, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. And Nantucket's going to have a 7-0 lead, but they're going to give up the wind. And Central Falls looks like a team that's going to want to throw the ball around. So we'll see what type of offense Central Falls has throwing with the wind.
They just threw 2 interceptions. It's not even a second
Right,
quarter.
but they're throwing into the wind. So I'm saying maybe they're going to throw the ball a little bit better.
The wind is overrated.
Okay, the wind is overrated. Tell that to the poor people that just had to sit through George.
Yeah. The wind's not overrated for trailer parks. It's overrated for 17-year-old quarterbacks.
Okay, we're in this timeout. Portions of this timeout are brought to you by Island Pharmacy. Value right, healthy values. Dedicated to your good health. Island Pharmacy, 31 Sparks Ave. Call ahead for your prescriptions, 228-6400. And Arnold's at 41 Main Street, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily. Takeout available, 228-7001. And Young's Bicycle Shop. Young's Bicycle Shop, established 1931. That was a good year because Congdon and Como was also established 1931. So it was a good year on Nantucket. Look for the sign on Steamboat Wharf, the psychological way to see Nantucket Island. Give Harvey a call, 228-1151. And for reservations on Island Airline, give them a call, 228-7575. More flights, more service. Nantucket's community airline, Island Airlines.
Bob taking random shots of nothing there for a second. Bob saw some French films when he was off island. And now we actually have some players on the screen. Whalers have 3rd and 8 on the 29-yard line. Backs are in an eye behind Trebi. One receiver split wide to the other side. Trebi's going to throw to him. It's Seitz, and it's airs it out. He catches it at the 50, and he was looking for Seitz all the way on that one, Dick.
Yeah, he took a pop after that. Nantucket has the defensive backs on Central Falls really confused there. They were watching Sights all the way, never looking at the ball. Sights took it in, he makes a good tackle, but you can't give up 15 to 18 yards like that and just standing around.
No, Wales left 1st and 10 on the 48. And there was no trickery in that. It was Sights just did a straight fly.
They threw that into the wind, John. So maybe
Threw it
your
into the
theory-
wind. So maybe my theory is right.
It's working here. The heck with the wind, just throw it.
All right, ball goes to the second man through Gardner, and he's wrapped up for a loss of about 2.
And Gardner gets hit in the backfield and can't get going nowhere.
Those big Central Falls defensive linemen, Dick, I think are opening up the gaps a little bit for the Central Falls linebackers. We've seen that a number of times where running backs get at least grabbed in the backfield.
I know.
All right, backs in an eye, sights wide, Fraker in a slot. Oh, a little screen play, set up nicely, but no blockers. And
yeah, Central Falls has that one smelled out all the way. Number 1 coming up the middle, almost gets to Trebby. Trebby doesn't want him coming that fast. Trebby wants a little bit more time. He has to dump it off to Gardner in a hurry. When he dumps it off to Gardner, there's 2 people covering Chris Gardner. I think Central Falls must have seen the films on Chris Gardner because they have a couple of white jerseys near him at all times.
well, it looks like you're right, Dick. It looks like number 1 Sanchez came up the middle on a little blitz. Too fast, and none of the Nantucket linemen were able to have enough time to get out there to block.
Yeah, Central Falls is working a 4-3, and when they blitz somebody, it's kind of slow. Now it's like a 4-4 almost.
All right, back split behind Trebby. We're going to see reverse here. Whoa, Fraker gets hit hard twice, but as soon as he gets the ball,
And this
he
Sanchez
was
again.
hit by a truck named Rodriguez.
Captain Danny Sanchez, 6'1", 210. He's listed as a captain, but he's also listed as a junior, so he seems to be the whole show here, especially on defense in this early part of the game.
And 63, Gus Rodriguez, who goes at
Nan-
6'1", 245 also.
Nantucket working 4th and 38. We're going to be waiting for our halftime stats from our crack statistician, but they have negative yardage, John. easily
Fraker
in
back
this
to
game.
kick, nice snap. Nice kick by Cray. Well, it's going to be shanked, and it's going to go out of bounds without the benefit of a bounce, and it will be Central Falls ball on the 46.
Now do you say the heck with the wind?
Oh, wind wasn't blowing that time. If you looked at the flag, it went dead.
Oh, yeah.
Slack
yeah.
dead for a second.
Just like when Bob was in Florida. There was no wind.
Bob didn't see it. He
I'm
was
a
down in
big-
the basement.
I am a big fan of the wind. I love the wind.
See, your whole
The wind-
coaching theory was based on the wind when
The
you coached,
wind is
huh?
affecting this game, John. I can tell you that right now. That was like a 19-yard punt. And Porter Fraker, who did not kick 1 punt in 2 weeks, has already had a kick twice today, and
3 times today.
well, he never got the first one off.
Well, we'll still try to kick.
Still tried to kick 3
All
times,
right.
only got 2 of them off.
Quick dive to Jeff St. Pierre. He gets about 1.5 yards before he's brought down by Fraker and Lepre. Fraker came in from his linebacker slot that time. A little delay on the handoff there from Central Falls.
Yeah, Seiss, Beamish, and Gardner deep. The linebackers Fraker, Roberts, Hallett, and Mickelson. Front wall, Rynamo, Lepre, Farentella, and Coletti.
All right, a little reverse. They have it. Whalers have it sniffed out pretty good, and that is Farentella on the tackle. Also in on the play, Hunter Mickelson was the first man through.
Yeah, Mickelson makes the first hit, slows him up. He tries to spin around it, but Farentella, who towers over the running back, number 7, just brings it down. So now Nantucket's defense is working a little magic here and has Central Falls going
30
negative
and
yards.
7, ball on the 42-yard line.
Most of the yardage today has been negative yards. Both defenses rising to the occasion.
Can it be negative yards?
There can be negative yards for a game, John, yep.
All right, everyone in tight for Central Falls. 2 backs. Sanchez back to pass, trips over one of his own men. Oh, tries to shuffle it forward. I don't know.
No, they're
Tried to
gonna
shuffle
say-
it forward right to Gardner.
Yeah.
But he was taken down hard by Fraker and Lepre and slow to get up. Sanchez Made an interesting play, tried to shovel that ball forward.
And there's Tim Lepre coming out. Notice Tim Lepre comes out in the field quicker when Nick Lepre's in on the tackle. He's sort of out there a little bit faster. I think the Central Falls coach is a little bit concerned right now with his quarterback, who's been pretty much the whole
Everything.
show.
Quarterback, linebacker.
On defense especially. He'll have to go out for at least a play, and they're sending in 77 for him.
They sent in an offensive lineman to play, play quarterback. They're not going to go with a quarterback. Snap it right to the tailback.
No, you don't see that switch too often in high school football. One leaving the field, 77 coming in. But it's a punting situation, so Sanchez will be going out anyways.
Gus Rodriguez, big Gus, 245, back to do the kicking. Sights in, flag on the play.
Yeah, somebody might have been offside.
Someone offside, gotta be.
Not a very good kick at all.
Down on the 35-yard line. We'll wait and see what happens.
Nantucket will take the ball right there if they can get it. Let's see who the penalty's on. We're here in the second quarter. Remember, the second quarter brought to you by Island Parcel Plus.
I was almost ready to get you monitor.
Parcel shipping, packaging, postage stamps, copy service, private mailboxes. Parcel Plus, where they do everything first class. Give them a call at 228-3500.
Will's going to take the football. Looks like a legal procedure call against Central Falls.
Yeah, Central Falls was probably moving as the snap was being made. And Nantucket's going to take that because it was really a bad punt on the situations where they had the wind at their back.
All right, it is going to be 1st and 10 on the 36, 5:31 left in the half. Fraker comes out, backs at an eye behind him. Ball goes to second back through, which is Gardner. He had some hard yards and almost a first down, maybe 8 or 9 on the play there.
Yeah, big hole there for Gardner, and he pops right into it. I think he's got enough for a first down.
No.
And this may be the first measurement of the year. So we're having a lot of firsts here tonight. First punt of the year for Nantucket.
First measurement of the season here.
First measurement of the season. Bob, didn't you talk to the refs here about doing these measurements?
Once per game is reasonable. It's when they're doing it every 5 minutes.
But we played 2 whole games without having any. We don't want to get them into this routine of doing them.
Is it really necessary?
It's not necessary, no. Not necessary at all.
And he is this short. You know when the ref does this? This short.
On a first down, it's not necessary to measure it, no. It's a 4th down, yes.
Second down,
you just say second down, and you just hold up your fingers to both sides. Second down, that much, coach,
Well, it is now 2nd down and that much, coach. And Sights and Fraker are split wide on both ends. Backs at an eye behind Trebby. Ball goes to Gardner, big hole up the middle, and he's got a first down with room to spare over midfield.
Yeah, Nantucket's going to a little power football now and running their doubles with Roberts leading the way and Gardner breaking off the block of Matt Roberts. Offensive line, they're doing a good job. Jason McGrath, one of the tackles. Lepre, the guard on this right side where they've just been running. On the other side, we have Matt Boynton, who was injured last week. We'll check and see if he's in there when the right side sets up. Yeah, Boynton's in there.
Klowacki to guard on the right side. Give goes to Gardner up to shoot, and he breaks it, almost broke it. Another first down for the Whalers. And you're right, Dick, the Whalers playing power football, hammering that ball up the middle.
Power football right up the middle. They got away from the fancy doodads, the passing and the sweeps, and they're saying to the offensive line, let's go right at them. The offensive line's opening the hole. Roberts is leading the way with the blocks, and Gardner has picked up about 19 yards on the last 3 carries.
Look at the defense.
Train the kids to be
Okay. We must be close to a TV timeout here. The linguists
TV
showing up.
timeout. I trained my kids to bring linguists too, Dick. I trained you to bring them. I trained the kids to bring them.
Roberts this time.
Roberts up the middle. He stopped at about after a gain of a couple. Thanks.
Nantucket holding a 7-0 lead, under 4 minutes. Coach Capizzo would really like to get another one on the board here before halftime. It's a first down ball on the 32. Nantucket has their best drive going of the day. Their only other positive drive was the 1-yard drive, 1 play, 1 yard. The other 2 times they had the ball, they gave it up on with negative yards. So this is a real good drive here for the Whalers.
All right, 3:36 to go in the half. First and 10 on a 37. Backs it an eye behind Trebby. Ball goes to Gardner. He gets a ton of running room, big hole, and he gets over the 20-yard line. Ball be inside the 20. That was a giant hole on the right side of that Whaler line deck.
Yeah, that's Boynton and Gawacki, but I do see a flag down, and it's going to be holding on the Whalers. So
That's
that
how you
one's
make
gonna
that
come
big
back.
hole. You grab onto the defensive lineman by his shirt and you throw him aside.
Holding on the Whalers, so Gardner's 15-yard run will be erased, as they say. And let's see, they're going to mark it back 10 yards, so it's going to be first and 20.
All right.
3:22 to go here in the first half.
Shame, Dick, that was a nice run. Ball on the 40-yard line. Trebby being backs in an eye behind him. Seitz and Ferrantella split to the left. Fakes, pitch to the right side to Gardner. He gets some running room. Oh, he's caught. Almost broke that one again, Dick. He's caught by number 7, Mario Gonzalez for Central Falls.
Yeah, Trebby holds the ball to the last moment and pitches it out there. Gardner has the corner turned and tries to split one defender and can't get away from number 7, hangs on. So it goes as an 8-yard pickup. But Nantucket needed a lot more than that, so it's going to be about 2nd and 11.
All right, 2nd and 12 according to the board. Ball on the 35-yard line, 2:29 left. Backs in an eye. Trebby rolling to his left, pitches out, but I think they're going to call that one.
No, that's going to be a fumble.
It's going to be a fumble.
It's going to be a fumble. Second turnover for Nantucket.
Gardner couldn't quite handle the ball. The pitch out was right in his hands, couldn't quite handle it, and then when he got some pressure, that was it.
Yeah, the ball goes down near his feet, and the defensive player makes a good move. He just goes for the ball, doesn't worry about tackling Gardner, and comes up with the fumble recovery. So, second turnover of the day for the Whalers.
Central Falls says everybody split out. Shotgun formation. Incomplete. Even with the shotgun formation, they had a lot of pressure from Porter Fraker.
This looks like Alcorn State versus Prairie View, with everybody all over the field.
Everybody out.
Everybody out, just throwing the ball.
Everybody go long.
Somebody catch it. Somebody catch it. You go down behind the car. You go down behind the goalpost. I'll throw the ball to you.
Shotgun formation, everybody long. All right, here's a more reasonable formation. Single back. Still going to throw. Sanchez goes back, and he is snowed under. Ferry's going to cough it up, see what they call.
Well,
I think he was
there might be
down.
a face mask on that.
Maybe.
If that's a face mask, that's going to take away the sack.
Ferrantella, Coletti, Lepre, everybody in on that one.
They didn't have to face mask him. All they had to do was fall on him. They had 5 blue shirts around him, but evidently one hand grabbed a hold of the mask, bringing him down. That's going to nullify the fumble and going to nullify the sack. And they're not going to mark it off from the spot. They're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage, which makes it a lot more yardage. It only goes to 5-yarder, but they get back the stack, too. So it turns out to be about a 17-yard penalty. It also could have been a turnover.
All right, so the ball is moved out to the 44-yard line. Wales call a timeout. Vito Capizzo going to want to talk this one over, yell at everyone involved, that kind of thing.
Just a lot of those fun things that go along in the huddle.
If you were near the ball, you're getting yelled at right now.
Portions of this timeout is brought to you by Island Airlines. Remember, more flights, more service. For reservations, give them a call at 228-7575. Fairgrounds. When it's hot outside, it's cool inside at the fairgrounds. Early bird specials from 5 to 6:30. And remember, mortgages are available at Pacific National Bank. Banking excellence since 1804. Fixed rate, jumbo rate construction. First time home buyer, jumbo and land. Pacific National Bank, a division of Bank Boston. Remember, we're getting ready for the Don Allen Auto Service halftime show. We'll have some stats brought to you by our crack statistician. We'll have the cheerleaders. In each and every game, the cheerleaders are brought to you by the Inquirer and Mirror on the newsstands early Thursday morning. The only Island newspaper you need to read now, right?
Get it for your oil wrestling updates every week in the Inquirer Mirror. All right, Sanchez fading back. He's going to throw again. It is like Alcorn State. They're going to throw the ball until somebody catches it.
And I have a feeling that someone's going to be Jordan Seitz, because he has caught more balls thrown by the opposition this year than the opposition has caught.
See, but it is gone.
All right, 2:01, 3rd and 5 and a 44. No huddle offense. And they're going to throw it again over the middle. And number 89 just didn't even look up for the ball.
Yeah, some of these receivers got to look for the ball. I've noticed that at the defensive backs aren't watching the wheel, not watching the ball, they're watching the wheel. In this case, some of the receivers going out are not watching the quarterback. They're sort of looking at who's covering them. So you're not going to catch too many going that way.
That way, at number 89, Ed Sanchez, the captain. I don't know if it's Danny Sanchez, the quarterback's brother or not. He was looking at the ref. All right, big Gus Rodriguez.
And this is always
back to kick.
This is always fun tonight when one team punts to the other.
Sights in Gardner, back deep for the Whalers.
Oh, it is a fake.
Oh, it's another pass. And it's another incomplete pass. That was a great play, except there was no receiver. He actually ran out to get the ball. And that time, that would have been an interception, but he couldn't quite reach Gardner with that throw.
John, I hope you're taking down some of these plays, John, so you can take them over to the boys' club and put them into your playbook over there.
Run and gun. This is run and gun. What happens when you run these many plays this fast is everyone in the field forgot to play. They have no idea. Sanchez is the only one who actually knows what's going on, and he's just throwing the ball up the middle.
Sanchez was on the sidelines in that play, though. So Nantucket gets the ball back with 1:54. What do you think Nantucket's going to do? Throw the ball.
Throw the ball, 1:54. 1st and 10 on the 44. Backs to the 9. Seitz and Fraker split wide to the left. Ooh. Sights wide open, and Trebby just couldn't pull the trigger on that one.
If everybody keeps throwing the ball, we might not get out of here to midnight tonight because the clock stops. Oh, Bob just gave me a real tough look. The clock stops every time the ball is thrown, Bob.
Believe me, enough time goes by. It doesn't matter if the game's over or not. Bob decides it's over, and he shuts the camera off.
Well, the referee's got to get on the 9:45. That's a good sign. Minute and 50 to go. We've been ticking off like 3 or 4 seconds per play here. Because when the run and gun, you get rid of the ball in a hurry.
Back split wide to both sides. Flank split wide to both sides. Backs to the 9. Quick pass over the middle to tight end, number 80, Rich Ferrantella. Good play. You should use that more often. And Nantucket has a couple of big tight ends.
Big tight end Ferrantella takes it and can't turn upfield, though. Sanchez comes in and gives him a good lick to keep him from turning upfield.
Those tight ends who mostly have the blocking chores, when they catch the ball, they don't really have too much of an idea what to do.
I would like to see Nantucket throw that ball more to Ferrantella, and I would like to see him turn upfield one of these times to get a little steam going.
Just hold on to that baby. All right, Seitz is wide to the right.
3rd and 5.
Fraker is wide to the right. Seitz is wide to the left. Backs to the 9. Pitch goes to Gardner. I think he's going to throw it too. Everyone getting into the act here. Ball goes to Ferrantella, and he does turn it upfield. And he's driven out of bounds at the 20.
And they can't bring him down once he turned upfield. Ferrantella motoring along there, and they got to run him out of bounds. Ronnie Conway likes that play. He says that's
in the book.
He said that one's in the book. Every team in the boys' club runs that play. You can't fool anybody with that one.
Well, you can't fool anyone who's here.
You can fool these out-of-state teams, though. They haven't seen it that much. That's why Vito's bringing in teams from Rhode Island, Connecticut.
There's 2 teams from Canada on next year's schedule. All right.
We're going to get the Alcorn State High School team here.
Again, here we go. Up, draw play, up the middle. Gardner gets plenty of room. He could break it. I think he's going to. 1 man to beat. Touchdown.
No flags. That one will count. Chris Gardner's 7th touchdown of the year. They're going to call that one a 22-yarder. 22-yard run on a draw. Once he got through the hole, Chris Gardner, nice big hole up the middle. Looked like he was going right, but he came all the way back left. and outran the opposition to the corner.
The perfect call and a shootout at the OK Corral. It's a good time for a draw play.
Great time for a draw play. Everybody running upfield. Gardner runs by a lot of them.
All right, Kevin Martin going to try to make it 14-0. Snap is good. Whoa, big rush, and that one doesn't get off.
They can pick that up.
They can pick it up. They try to throw it around. They kick it. They get in a little rugby scrum, and the ball's going to be down. A lot of pressure on that. Good snap.
That's the only thing we haven't seen today is a picked up block kick run up the
Block
field.
kick.
And we
Run up the
almost
field.
saw it there. And we have somebody injured. Somebody is down. Maybe the guy to try to block it. But as you say, after the block, there was a lot of pushing and
Trying to
shoving.
scream the ball out, push it out, flip it out to their teammates.
During this injury time out in the field, I'd like to mention some fine people bringing you the Whaler football season. Harborview Oil Corporation, Bob's Auto Repair, Hutch's, Congdon and Coleman Insurance, Young's Bicycle Shop, Pacific National Bank, Division of Bank Boston, the Atlanta Cafe, Island Parcel Plus, Don Allen Auto Service, Fairgrounds Restaurant, Inquire and Mirror, Nantucket Bank, Island Airlines, the Booster Club, who meets every Tuesday night, Butch Ramos Plumbing and Heating, and Nantucket Airlines. And remember, next week, the Booster Club will be sponsoring a bus, a Peanut Bus. Peanut Bus lines will be taking the wheelers and the fans up, and that bus will be meeting the 6:30 boat. And also, anybody who wants to fly over, Nantucket Airlines has a $35 same-day round trip. You want to fly over, the bus will pick you up at the airport and
Bob
take you
wants
up
to
to
know,
the
do you
game.
have to go to the game, or can you just go to the mall?
Bob just wants to go to the mall. It's almost halftime,
54
Bob.
seconds to the half, Bob.
54
Less than a
seconds
minute.
to halftime, Bob.
You can hold your breath this long, unless they throw 5 incomplete passes. All right, Whalers getting set to kick off. Kevin Martin going to try to put the toe to this one.
Yeah, you better go home at halftime, Bob, and get a new tape for the extra quarter.
St. Pierre and Sanchez out of deep backs for Central Falls.
Well, Central Falls came so far, Bob, they want to get their money's worth here, so they want extra long quarters.
Well, I might have to actually open a new tape. He hates that when that happens. He hates when he can't just go over last week's game. Or over the selectmen's meeting or something. Actually spend money? Come on. All right. A nice kick, end over end. St. Pierre picks it up, tries to go up the middle. Takes a couple of hits, and then he's buried by more Whalers that we can mention on the air. Almost looks like 8 of them on that tackle.
Bunch of wheelers. The special teams doing a job today. We see Ferrantella getting up from the pile. We see
44, Sirocco.
Rick
in on that.
Sirocco on the bottom of the pile. Joe Swain.
Again, this is
helping
a
out.
good opportunity to just lay in the ground till your name's called. These
That's it.
kickoff tackles are a great opportunity for that.
Yeah. Stay there long enough, Dick or John. We'll
Stay
find
there long
you.
enough. We'll have missed the play completely, so if you lay in the ground, we'll just mention your name.
We'll find you. Don't worry.
All
It's
right.
ironic. The people that lay in the ground get their names called more than the people that stand up.
1st and 10, ball on the 24-yard line. Central Falls is going to, guess what, Dick? Throw, not if Nick Ferrantella has anything to say about it.
Big sack by Ferrantella.
Big sack on the 10-yard line.
And believe it or not, as Sanchez was going down, he had ideas of flipping that ball out. You know, they're losing.
Behind the back, a little behind the back pass.
They're losing 13-0. You just can't flip it out here. And Nantucket's calling a timeout. They're going to go for some more points here. We're getting ready for the halftime show. Remember, the halftime show is brought to you by Don Allen Auto Service, where they buy used cars and trucks, all makes and models, and they pay cash, too. Also, Don Allen Auto Service, auto body repair, complete paint work, estimates. For any information, give them a call, 228-0134. And Don Allen Auto Service, they're out in Popus Road, and they sell new and used cars. They also do auto repairs, car rentals, front-end alignment, air conditioning service, mass state inspection for over 20 years. So check that inspection on the front of your car, John, and make sure it's the same color the rest of us have.
Mine's brown. What does that mean? All right.
Probably going to shell out $15 to get a new one.
36 seconds left. 2nd and 21. Ball on a 12. Ball goes straight up the middle to get a gain of about 3.
And Nantucket calls another timeout.
Nice
so,
conservative play. Didn't throw on that down. That was a surprise.
yeah, Central Falls says we better get this half over with, but Nantucket's still going to call the timeouts and spread it out here and make Bob use up his tape.
I'm gonna have to go to that big vault. He actually has about 100 cassettes at his house. Brand new, hasn't used them, but he's too cheap to actually put them in the camera.
Gives us a chance to talk about our second quarter sponsor, Island Parcel Plus, business, package, copy, and faxing center, handicap accessible, UPS, Federal Express, keys, passport photos, U.S. mailboxes, signed cards. Island Parcel Plus. Give Jim Richards a call. He's out at 228-3500.
He'll make you a sign, Dick?
He'll make you a sign if you want it.
I gotta think what I want on my sign. All right, third down. Sanchez is gonna keep this one. Actually, he's stuck hard by Roberts.
Roberts was there first. Fraker was there to help out. But Nantucket again calls a quick timeout.
That was the best play of this quarter from Central Falls, Dick.
21 seconds to go. So Nantucket will be getting the ball back as it's 4th and 11. They're going to make Central Falls attempt another punt. And as I mentioned on the last one, so far today, the punt has been one of the most exciting plays of the day here. We've had bad snaps, so we've had ball given up on the 1-yard line.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say successful. Well, it has been an adventure each time both these teams tried to punt.
Let's check the left side of the line here. We see Coletti at the left end, Lepre at the left tackle.
Rodriguez back sort of deep. Fraker and Roberts. Ball end over end to Shank. This one's going to go out of bounds. Whoop, get out of bounds. You want to stop the clock. Roberts going to hold it. He's going to try to turn it up all the way across the field. He gets a nice little wall. Breaks it up the middle. He's got a couple of blockers. This one up past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Wales call a timeout desperately. 3 seconds left. Enough time to run one play.
Flag comes out at the end of it, though.
Flags out.
Boy, that flag was way up in the air. Somebody must have said something for the flag to go that high in the air.
Clip on Nantucket.
I've never seen a flag that high before, John. I think the wind got it.
The wind got it. The wind.
All you guys that say the wind doesn't affect anything, the wind affected that flag. It put it in the air about 12 feet before it...
I'm sure it affects cloth. Okay, I'll give you that one.
And it's against Nantucket. Let's see how mad this referee is. 5, 10. Look at how he's walking. Look at how he's walking. Ooh. Ooh.
He's got that purposeful Puritan stride. You are in trouble now, boy.
Looked like an elementary school teacher in 1920 walking to the back of the classroom.
All right, Wales going to get the ball. 3 seconds left. Ball on the 39-yard line. All right, we'll see what happens now. Sights is wide to the side. Porter Fraker in the slot. Backs in an eye. Trebby falls straight back. Going to throw deep. Intercepted. Fraker's going to have to make a tackle here. Here comes Roberts to knock him out of bounds. Ferrantella finally tries to. And Joe Hallett, number 61, finally throws him out of bounds. The danger of going for it all with 3 seconds left, Dick, is just what we saw now. The other team might get it.
Yeah. So the half ends with Nantucket holding a 13-0 lead, and we've been told that the last minute of that quarter took over 9 minutes of tape time. Okay, so we'll be back.
He's going to take some more pictures of dirt just to show how upset he is.
We'll be back with the Nantucket cheerleaders and the Don Allen Auto Service halftime show.
Boy, Rhoda. I like football like that. I like football in Rhoda States.
Okay, we're on here in the Don Allen halftime show. Chris Warner is busily putting some stats together, which we'll get later on. Right now we can see the Nantucket cheerleaders out in the field, and Nantucket cheerleaders are head by their co-captains Melissa Benson, Elizabeth Farrell, and Brittany Stroney. Also Katie Welsh, Saba Valero, Kelly Strang, Shauna Resendiz, Hillary Markin, Catherine Dickey, Amanda Cemetaro, Patty Chans, and Bevan Bixby. We see them out there performing their halftime routine. Again, the cheerleaders are brought to you by the Enquirer and Mirror. And the Enquirer and Mirror crack statistician Chris Wan will be on with a few moments, giving us some stats, but really the big stat in the first half is the turnovers. I believe 5 turnovers in the first half, and Chris will have them all for us, along with any rushing. A lot of penalties on both sides of the field, especially against the Wheelers, bringing back a few big runs. Good routine over there by the cheerleaders. We can see them. If you can't find your way in, you don't. Both teams are still in their respective locker rooms here. Cheerleaders getting to the third routine. We can, right below us is the Central Falls locker room. We can hear a lot of yelling and shouting in there by players and by coaches. So Central Falls a little bit upset. They're on the short end of the 13-0 score. You made it back, John? What? I didn't hear you.
I said, yes, I did make it back, Dick. They locked that door on me. I couldn't get back up there. Had to use the alternative route.
Well, I told the attendant to lock the door. Don't let anybody wander in here.
I forgot to wear my pass.
We see the cheerleaders over there, John. They're doing a great job. We're in the Don Allen halftime show. Cheerleaders are brought to you by the Enquirer and Mirror, and you can read about this and all the other sports. And the Thursday edition is out early Thursday morning. Chris Warner, who's over there, will be giving us some stats in a moment. He does the
sports editor extraordinaire.
He does everything: soccer, field hockey, and you got something for us, Chris?
You're gonna make an oil wrestling.
Chris said his best.
Now we have to.
Now we have to, right? Chris just brought up that his favorite event last week was the oil wrestling at the Muse.
That's right. And he's gonna. I think next time he's gonna do a little George Plimpton show and get right in it on himself.
He has some stats for us, and he'll give them to us now with John Stanton.
All right, Chris. Not a day for offense unless you're going backwards. What we got?
Well, the most crucial thing that's happened so far, John, is the penalties. It seems like any kind of big play that Nantucket has is going to get called back. Chris Gardner rushing for an important first down. That was called back. Gardner with what could have been a 55-yard interception return for a touchdown, called back because of a low block. Down at the 30-yard line for Central Falls, they were backed up. Sack and a fumble would have been Nantucket's ball. For the face mask penalty, Central Falls ends up gaining 5 yards and maintained possession of the ball. Also, Gardner's punt return near the end of the first half would have given Nantucket pretty solid field position with a couple minutes to go. Instead, we end up with another blocking penalty. Or I'm sorry, it was a personal foul. Gets marched back, and Nantucket has to throw it. Treby throws an interception.
So Central Falls coming in worrying about Gardner, the big Nantucket's big weapon, and Gardner's teammates did the job Central Falls want they're doing in keeping them under wraps.
Yeah, it seems like that Gardner, if they can, Nantucket can keep plugging straight ahead. You saw on that last drive, the touchdown drive, second touchdown drive, Nantucket can gain yardage against this team if it's straight ahead. I think when they start doing misdirection, Central Falls is faster than any team Nantucket has faced. And they're just not falling for the fake, or the fakes are so quick that Central Falls is just running over them. So any kind of counter, any kind of cutback, Central Falls is there. Sweeps you saw on the reverse, Porter Fraker, losing 7 yards on that play. And that's just because Central Falls is a disciplined team. More importantly, they're a quick team, and that's making the difference so far in the first half.
Whaler offensive line seems wants to get those straight-ahead drive blocks. They're pushing, making big holes for Gardner and pushing Central Falls right off the ball.
Yeah, the offensive line, it seems, is doing their job. What seems to be happening is Central Falls is reacting well, and you have to give them credit. They come out here, one of their first plays, punts, the fourth play from the line of scrimmage, a terrible snap, basically give Nantucket a touchdown, a freebie, and they've stuck with it. Nantucket, I think it would be well advised to stick with that running game, keep the ball on the ground, grind out 4 or 5 yards a punch.
All right, thanks, Chris. Once again, read Chris's column in the Inquiring Mirror. It'll be out on the newsstands on Thursday. Stick.
I just want to ask Chris, did you have any total yardage stats for either team?
Yep.
He had no stats. He just wanted to give his opinion.
I forgot something. Gardner so far at 53 yards, a lot of negative yards in that, but by the end as well, he had a 9-yard carry. We brought out the measuring stick, much to Bob's chagrin, but a couple of 9-yard carries. Roberts also having an 8-yard carry. If it's a quick trap, if it's a quick hitting play with power, Nantucket seems to be doing well.
How about passing? Do you have passing completions in totals for both teams?
Yep, Trebby is 3 for 6. Had that nice lofted pass to Seitz. One of those passes for negative yardage, the screen, which Central Falls sniffed out right away. And one of the biggest passes of the day was Chris Gardner, the halfback pass to Ferentella for 15 plus. Central Falls not as successful, actually. They're 0 for 5. Sanchez with 2 interceptions so far.
Okay, we thank you, and we'll be back with some third quarter action. Okay, we're getting ready to get the second half started. We're playing Fine Bob over at the booth over there. He went over did you order another couple of linguiça burgers from Bob, John? We have Bob Thompson filling in on camera at the Bob Laundry gets back.
Bob Laundry took off. He hates it when he has to actually work more than a half hour.
Okay, Nantucket will be getting the ball going into the wind here in the third quarter, so Central Falls kicking off with the wind, and they get a lousy kick.
Well, it takes a pretty good roll. Scooped up on the 10, a little hole in the middle, stays on his feet, gets up to about the 40. A nice run by Beamish.
Beamish makes an excellent run out of that. It wasn't a great kick in the air, but it took a little bit of a roll, and Beamish fills it down about the 18. Looks like he may be taken down, and he spins around and picks up about another 15 yards.
All right, it is going to be 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line. Whalers leading 13-0 in a wild sort of OK Corral shootout where everything good has been done with a handoff and not a throw. Seitz is wide to the left, one slot pro set. Ball goes up the middle to Roberts. Picks him up about 4 on the play. Ball is 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6.
Okay, Nantucket starting this drive out on their 40.
When Whaler down on the field, I think it's Glowacki, one of the guards. That would be too bad if they lost him, Dick. Whaler offensive line's been open some big holes for Roberts and Gardner.
Yeah, Nantucket's offensive line doing a good job. Glowacki and Lepre at the guards, Hallett at center, and Boynton and McGrath at the tackles. I think the first reserve in will probably be Sean Kalman. He'll probably be getting his first action here if Glowacki can't continue. And Glowacki is going to miss at least a play or two here, and the longer he stays down, probably the longer he'll be missing. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a little bit longer as Trainer Webb and Dr. Lepre, along with Coach Capizzo, all huddled around him. And Glowacki's just laying there. So Roberts picks up 5 on the carry. And we're here in the third quarter. Only 21 ticks to the clock from the kickoff to that one play. But we see Gowacki getting up on his own.
I'm getting some help. Looks like it looks like a knee or an ankle.
Brian Gowacki is.
You hate to see that if it's a knee. Hopefully it's just a twist.
He's pretty much going on his own. Then he sort of limps a little bit right now. And
Going on his own, except for those two guys holding him up.
but I didn't see who come in. I think it would be Sean Cowan. We'll see if we can. No, it's Butch Heiser replacing him. Butch Heiser, also a senior guard, coming in for Gowacki.
All right. 2nd and 6 on the 44. Back to the 9. Mickelson is wide. In the slot is Fraker. Ball goes to the second back through. Gardner pops out. It's loose. Central Falls gets the ball on a 40. That ball, pretty good handoff, and it just popped straight up.
Yeah, Gardner got hit and it popped up in the air. He tried to grab it. The defensive guy tackling him tried to grab it. It hits the ground, and Central Falls has somebody there right to fall on it. So the turnovers continue.
9:17 left in the third quarter. Third quarter just started, and Central Falls gets a break.
Big
Everyone's
break for
got their
Central.
share of breaks today.
Yeah, big break for Central Falls. They get the wind and the ball right where they want it. Let's see what they can do with it.
Full house backfield. Sanchez is going to keep this one himself, and he can't turn it. Brought down by Fraker and Joe Hallett.
Roberts over there on the corner. Matt Roberts helps bring him down, and it's only going to go as about a 2-yard pickup for Central Falls. We're here in the third quarter. Portions of the third quarter brought to you by the Atlantic Cafe. John and Kate O'Connor say go Whalers for 98. Atlantic Cafe, 15 South Water.
2nd and 7 on the 39. Full house backfield. Sanchez putting his back to where he wants them. Now he's set. Ball to give goes to
Perry.
Ed Perry, and he gets stacked up by
We were talking about
Roberts, by Ferrantella, by Seitz.
We were talking about Perry at halftime, how he broke that big one up the middle for about 28 yards, and we were trying to think if he ran the ball any other than that, but he's right back here running it now, and he picks up about 6 yards on that, 5 yards down to the 34.
Third and 3 on the 34-yard line. Full house backfield again, everybody in tight. Sanchez is going to keep it himself. He rolls to the left, finds some yardage up the middle. He's hit by Hallett pretty hard, and short of the first down, I believe.
We can see that the Central Falls coaching staff has changed their game plan a little. They want to get Sanchez more into it. They want to try to get him on the outside there, but he's taking some pretty good licks when he's turning to go. There's Bob down there. Bob is back. Bob is back from the booth. A lot of B's in that one.
All right.
So it's fourth
and two on the 33-yard line. Central Falls
Only most
go
of the third
for
quarter,
it.
Bob.
Watch Sanchez to keep the ball. Nantucket trying to come up. Now they get into an 8-man front. They know what they're looking for. Ball goes to Harris. He finds a big opening, and he is brought down. First down. Brought down by Seitz.
Good run by Harris there. He gets the ball down to the 25. And Nantucket has to sharpen their defense here as Central Falls has moved for a first down on the 26.
All right. Sanchez holding the ball, rolling to his right. Look for some room. Stacked up for the Whalers. Florida Fraker gets up on his back and cowboys him out of bounds at the for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, Nantucket is stringing that out good, John. They string it out, and they don't give Sanchez any time to turn upfield.
But I think that Sanchez, if I was a Central Falls coach, I'd want to have the ball in his hands too. Every time he touches it, at least he's not going to do something
Let's
goofy with it.
Let's get the third mic out. Bob wants to talk. Give a mic to Bob.
Whoa!
Bob to Mike.
Fraker comes flying in and drops Harris in the backfield. Porter Fraker having a good day from that linebacker slot.
Real good job by. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of. So it's gonna be 3rd and 9.
All right, 3rd and 9 on the 26-yard line. 5:49 left in Central Falls is going to call a timeout. They didn't like something.
But I have nothing to say.
Timeout called by Central Falls. During this timeout, I'd like to say that portions of this game brought to you by Hutch's, the family restaurant with something for everyone. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Low prices, quality food, plenty of free parking, takeout always available. They're at the airport. Give them a call, 228-5550. Also, Island Pharmacy, 31 Sparks Ave, dedicated to your good health. Arnold's, 41 Main Street, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily. Takeout is available, 228-7001. In Young's Bicycle Shop, the psychological way to see Nantucket Island, Steamboat Wharf. Give Javi a call, 228-1151. A lot of talking going on in the booth, and Mayor's not even here.
No, Mayor's not here, but executive producer of the Channel 3 football night, Bob Laundrie, is breaking out the Necco wafers. He's given up on the camera, and he just is going to annoy everyone for the rest of the night.
He's having a real low sugar moment. Sanchez getting ready to pass. His play-by-play man is giving up too.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at the monitor, and the cameraman was looking in the crowd. Well, we'll listen to Sandy Beach and see if we can pick up what happened.
Hallinan on the tackle.
Hallinan on the tackle. Sanchez ran the ball. That's all you need to know.
5:38 to go.
4th and 9.
Defense is stiffened here, and it's 4th and 9. And moving up the field was Central Falls after the fumble recovery, but Nantucket's defense has stiffened here. They have one more down to go. 4th and 9.
Back to pass Sanchez. He's getting blasted. He throws the ball. Nick Lepre almost made the interception after it was batted around.
Yeah, Sanchez tried to get the ball going out of his hand, and he did, but he was surrounded by whalers, and it was tipped. Did you think Lepre tipped that?
No, it was tipped by number 50, Heiser.
Butch Heiser, yeah.
It hit Lepre right in the chest. I thought he was going to hold on to it. Sanchez got to be told right 100 times from the blackboard, do not throw the ball when somebody's tackling you.
So Nantucket takes over on the 25, Bob. I got to get you over here writing, Bob. As long as you just sitting around eating Necco wafers.
He won't know it. He'll just be drawing pitches. All right. Seitz and Fraker split wide to the left. Ball goes to Gardner. He does some nice job of getting up the middle and close to a 1st down.
Yeah, he picks up about 8 on that.
Gardner did some hard running up the middle, put his head down and got a few extra yards on that one. It is going to be 2nd and a couple.
5 minutes ago here in the third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by Hutch's at the airport. 2nd and less than 2.
Nicholson wide to the right. Fraker in the slot. Backs in an eye. Ball goes to Gardner. He can't find a hole. He tries to break it outside. Fights for the 1st down and pushed out of bounds at about the 42-yard line.
So good pickup there for Gardner. Another 8 yards. And Gardner, who I believe had about 53 yards in the first half, has picked up about another 17 this half.
He's definitely establishing himself early as the go-to guy, Dick.
Over 100 yards in the first 2 games. He's going to have to work to get there today. Unofficially, he's got about 70.
All right, 1st and 10. Backs a split behind Trebby. Seitz is wide. Ball goes to Roberts up the middle. He's tripped up in the backfield, but he still picks up a couple. And it will be 2nd and 6.
4-yard pickup for Roberts. The ball is out to the 46. Portions of this game brought to you by Island Airlines. More flights, more service. For reservation, give them a call, 228-7575.
All right, Trebby brings the Whalers out. Mickelson splits to the left. A little counter. Gardner gets some nice running room, and he's brought down at the 50. Boy, if If number 77 doesn't hold on to him, he is gone, Dick.
Yeah, Garner just trying to get away from him to get enough for the first down. Gets taken down, so it's going to be 3rd and a shot 2.
Whalers doing just what they want. They're getting the ball, controlling that offensive line, that no-man's zone down on the line, and running Gardner and Roberts up to shoot. Oh, Dick, they said the amount of the 50-50. So
That's got me jumping here in the booth.
he's all jumpy. All right, 3rd and 2. Ball goes to Roberts. He bangs up the middle for a first down. Gets up to about the 40-yard line.
About a 9-yard pickup for Roberts.
Again, a nice, powerful run up the middle. Whalers eating the clock up. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. Whalers get another first down and continue to eat that clock up. Ahead 13-0. Dick hunting down the 50-50. Let's take a look, see if he's won it.
Joe, when I walk over there, you stay there.
No, we're
Don't
more
follow
interested
me.
in the 2020, Dick.
Don't
the
follow
50-50.
me.
All right, back to the 9. Pitch goes to Gardner. He's got some room. He breaks it up, nice. Could be. He cuts to the inside. He's got one man to beat. Going for the corner. Touchdown. Whoop, flag on the field.
Another
flag at the 30-yard line.
I was excited you come back.
Flag in the corner.
Little technical problem with the camera deck.
Yeah, 2 camera guys, and neither one of them are paying attention.
Okay, no, I just lost the play. Chair got stuck.
We got the 3 blind mice here doing the camera. One guy's holding the other guy, and one guy's turning the other guy. Jeez.
How many chairs do we cameramen?
May a man could do this better than you 2 guys. Another flag down.
All right, well, it didn't count anyway, so it's okay if you didn't see it.
For all you people that missed that play, it didn't count.
It was a nice run, though.
So another penalty for the Whalers. Whalers had, what, 5 penalties in the first half, taking back a 55-yard run, a touchdown, a sack.
All right, 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line. Sights is split wide to the left. Ball goes to Ferrantella, a little cut across the middle. Ferrantella's getting ahead of steam. He's got a first down, and he's brought down inside the 30-yard line. Trebby saw Ferrantella coming across the middle and laid the ball right into his hands. As you say, Dick, that's a nice play.
Yeah, Ferrantella gets tackled and comes down on the ball, so he may have to go out for play there, yeah. Let's see if Nantucket's got a backup tight end. It's going to be Coletti. Ferrantella come down on the ball, so he might have the wind knocked out of him a bit.
All right. Fraker in motion from left to right. Ball pitch goes to Roberts. He turns it up. Gardner. He turns it up too. And he's going to take it into the end zone. And no flags on this one. We're searching the field. We're not even watching the play anymore. We're searching the field for a flag.
Just look for the flags right now, and that's going to
no
go.
flags. Gardner wouldn't be denied. He made a little cut to the inside.
28-yarder.
Went back to the run into that corner of the end zone.
So Chris Garner, 28-yard run, helped block, was a good block by Matt Roberts, which helped spring him out there.
Good block by Matt. So I guess so. Your wife says that's a good block by Matt Roberts.
She's our on-the-spot reporter. Only 90. Jack said 99. We had it for 28 though.
All right, Martin. Gardner will hold. Martin's going to try to kick this one through, and he does. And it is good.
Good.
Whalers are up 20-0. Dick, that was a prototype late in the game drive by the Whalers, even with the penalty that brought the first Gardner touchdown.
Chris
back.
Gardner, who has scored 3 touchdowns in the first 2 games, now has 2 of them today. One of them from 22, the other from 28. Nantucket's other touchdown was the 1-yard run by Alex Trebby, and
You know, they ran.
Softball game day.
Hey, Whalers ran a lot of time off the clock. 1:30 left in this quarter.
joining tag team match. Maureen's going to join us in the booth.
Never forgot.
Where's Man when you need him?
I
The
gotta do
new
some-
Man is here.
I gotta do some writing, so Maureen will talk to you, John.
Go ahead, Maureen. Go ahead.
That extra point was
Go ahead,
brought
you
to you
get the
by
mic, babe.
Congdon and Coleman Insurance Company for all your insurance needs, and we get this kickoff. Kickoff brought to you by Peanut Butter
Lines,
the official carrier of the Nantucket Whalers.
I wasn't stepping on you, Dick. I was trying to say it with you.
You're doing good, John.
That was harmony.
I didn't think you were listening before, but now you're doing good. You can talk and listen all at the same time.
All right, the Whalers up 20-0. 1:30 left. Like I say, Dick, that clock, that drive ate a lot of time off the clock. If we can talk football for a minute.
Let's talk a little football. Maybe the clock will tick itself away. Long day here. You're watching this game Monday night. Me and John started doing this game Friday afternoon.
10:30 in the morning on
Right,
Friday.
right now it's early Saturday morning, and we're still playing football here.
All right, kind of a bouncy kick. Number 69, a lineman for Central Falls, trying to make the most out of his only chance to carry the ball. Gets about the 30.
Bob Laundrie has actually left the booth twice and come back. He went home once for a nap. Another time he went over to get a 6-pack of linguiça for John.
Bob flew over to Hyannis, went shopping at the mall, came back. The game was still going on.
Yeah, he got free.
Got a special 30.
He got free passage. He said he was one of the officials. They let him on the plane for nothing. He said, Vito sent me. I'm one of the officials. Okay, 1:22 to go.
First
Whalers 20-0, and pretty good tune-up tonight, John. Getting ready for the Mayflower League
very good
Lodge
tune-up.
opener next week. Nantucket's home game next week at Mass Maritime.
Central Falls, home game away, that's what you like. Central Falls was a tough team, still is a tough team, and a lot of mistakes, and it's good to see that they had enough heart to hang in. Sanchez Rollins going to keep it himself, a lot of craziness up there. Central Falls offense looks more and more like rugby every time I look up.
Yeah.
Sanchez got the ball, a lot of guys are sort of milling around him.
Joe Hallett and Matt Roberts on the tackle.
Okay, Mari's going to handle the tackles. John, we have one less thing to do now, John.
So now,
we don't
now
have
we got nothing to do. That was all we were doing. That was our only job.
Maureen will handle the tackles in the third quarter, so that gives us more emphasis. We can key in on other parts of the game.
Is there any other part?
All right, hand up goes up the middle to Harris, and he is stuck hard by Maureen, who made the tackle.
Joe Hallett.
Joe, you just see he was laying on the ground. He didn't make that tackle.
Yes, he did. And there was somebody else, and I don't know who.
You have to say it into the microphone.
I think it was 44.
It was Joe Howard and somebody else. Rick Sirocco, 44. If it was Rick.
Hallett having a good game for his linebacker spot. The two linebackers and the defensive ends have been real important on this today on facing Central Falls. If I can stumble over that statement a few times. All right, everybody's wide out, one back. Here comes Sanchez. He's going to air it out. Big rush by the Whalers. Wow, nice throw by Sanchez. Real nice. Nobody was there, but it's a real nice throw up the middle.
15 yards over everybody, and that is the end of the third quarter. And we got to take a tape break here. And Dave Webb and his athletic trainers busy. Two athletic trainers for the football team, Marie Sorino and Betsy Johnson, have been busy over there, keeping the Whalers fixed up and back into this game.
And you're right, they've been busy. Dr. Tim Lepre out in the field a few times as well. This has been one of those games, Dick. Be lucky, lucky to see no one's gotten hurt badly. A few sprains, a few
dings here and there. Good hard football. We're going into the fourth quarter. Portions of the fourth quarter is brought to you by Pacific National, Division of Bank Boston. Continuing a proud tradition together, ATMs located Steamboat Wharf, Stop and Shop A&P.
All right, the big guy back to kick for Central Falls. Whalers going to put a rush on. Gets to kick off a nice high kick. Gardner's just going to let it go. Get people away. Good call. Good call. Better safe than sorry. A bouncing ball like that could be trouble.
Plus, there's been a few clips on the punt returns tonight, so maybe they want to avoid that.
Yeah, this has been a sort of a clip clinic.
So a good kick. Ball's on the 21.
Nantucket in their own 21-yard line.
No, that's great.
Nantucket will be setting up on the 21 after the Central Falls kick. Uh-oh, Bob is breaking out the Necco wafers. He's low sugar. That means
All right, 1st and 10. Ball goes up the middle to...
the game is safe in here when Bob breaks out the Necco wafers in the booth. You know?
That's right.
He's giving up the camera. Let Bob Thompson take over. Handing mics out to Maureen. Breaking out the Necco wafers. A regular party going on up here today.
Oh, and meanwhile, some football being played down on the field. Gardner picks up 4 on that run up the middle. 9:22 left to go. Whalers, if they have another drive like they did last time, they could eat a big hunk of time off this clock. Commanding 20-0 lead. 2nd down and 8 on the 23.
We want the ball to stay in bounds and no passing.
Backs to the 9. Mickelson wide. Fraker in the slot. Ball goes to the second back through.
Gardner has the
It is Gardner. He breaks it to the outside. Couple of defenders dragging him. Gardner's a strong kid. He carried 2 Central Falls defenders about 10 yards.
Yeah, no hole in the middle where the play was designed to go. He just bounces to the outside. Does a lot of running for 1 yard, but he avoids the loss on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. So some tough yards there for Chris Gardner and the Whalers. Trebby getting ready to
All right,
pass.
Trebby rolling to his right. Oh,
just missed.
well, how the ref going to call it?
No, hit the ground. Good call by the
Fraker
ref.
dies, and he tried to pull one out.
Yeah. He might have pulled it off if he held on to the ball the first time, but actually hit the ground a second time. And we see a new quarterback here in front of us warming up, number 5.
Number 5 is Jason Calixto from the JV game.
So Central Falls might go to some of their JVs here at the end of this game. Sanchez,
Sanchez. He's not French, you know.
Mr. Everything.
He is Mr. Everything. However, he is Mr. Everything. And he's got to be sore tonight. All right, Fraker back to kick. 2 men deep. What a nice play. That ball from center sort of slid on the ground. Deep to Harris. Perry, and he's looking around. Gardner stops him cold on a 48-yard line.
Yeah, no blocking here whatsoever. Gardner, the first man downfield. Perry expecting a block from his fellow return man. Doesn't get it. And Gardner sticks him and brings him right down. Good, hard tackle. Okay, Whalers back in their regular defense. Mickelson, Hallett, Roberts, and Fragan linebackers. Coletti and Farantello the ends.
8:05 to go. Jeff
Lepre-
Delarusso wide to the right. Backs in a full house behind Mr. Everything. Oh,
Lepre and
that was incomplete, but it looked like, man, if that was thrown well, Fraker would have had a shot at it. As they'll try to a quick out to the wide man.
Butch Heiser is getting some defensive tackle, replacing Boynton, I believe.
Got a new quarterback.
Cisa just came in, replacing Beamish, and Gardner in sights at deep. And we do have the
2nd and 10, ball on a 49. Again, full house backfield. Sanchez calling signals. Wales getting ready to shoot the gaps, and they do, and they stop. St. Pierre cold on the 50. In on the tackle, Maureen?
Hallett and someone else.
And someone else. Okay.
anybody that needs a few defensive points, just notify us, and we'll
Just call Maureen at home.
we'll identify that someone else and assign the points on Monday.
Thank God we're not the last word on anything.
Third and a country
All
mile
right,
here.
shotgun here. You know how well they did from the shotgun before? A lot of pressure. And he underthrows St. Pierre cutting across the middle. Coletta was in the backfield all over him.
Yeah, Coletti right in his face makes him hurry that pass, but he really has no time to look anywhere. He just fired that ball right in the middle.
Even from the shotgun, Dick, a Whaler defensive lineman got their ears back and they're coming. You know, they know he's going to be throwing.
We don't have any more tapes, John, so we hope they don't keep passing the ball. We can't make another tape change. We just ran out of tapes.
We'll have stick figures if they. All right. He's going to kick. Back on the 20-yard line is Fraker and Gardner.
They have ran a fake out of this once today, though.
Nope. The big guy's going to kick it away. Puts a pretty good toe to it. Takes a weird shank. And Gardner's going to let this one go, too. And Gardner's playing some smart football. You know, with a 20-0 lead, the last thing you want to do is touch the ball down there where it might bounce around.
Nantucket says, we're not going to run back any more of these. We're just going to let them die here and
let them die and call the rest of the offense out.
Pick it up. Okay, 7:10 to go. Nantucket with a very comfortable 20-0 lead, heading for their third win of the season. Portion of this game brought to you by Fairgrounds Restaurant. Fabulous food, fun atmosphere, and fair prices. Stop by the Fairgrounds.
All right, Sykes is wide to the right. Porter's wide to the left. Ball goes up the middle to Gardner, and he doesn't get much at all. He's brought maybe a loss of about one.
So Nantucket's been a pretty much a two-man running offense here. Trevi took the first one in from the one for the TD, but since then it's been mainly Gardner and occasionally Roberts.
You go with what, you know, you answer who brung you. And these two running backs are a little bit carbon copies of each other. Both don't mind run up the middle, and both have some pretty good quickness around the outside. Mickelson is wide to the left. Trevi is wide, Porter Fraker wide to the right. Trevi rolling, looking to find someone to throw it to. Intercepted by St. Pierre for Central Falls. Trevi was rolling to his left, and he was looking for Ferrantella, the tight end, across the middle. Ball was tipped, and then St. Pierre came down with it.
St. Pierre with the interception. Good interception. We didn't see who made the tip.
Who made the tip, Maureen?
I have no idea.
Come on. When you admit to a mistake, you have to do that to Mike, just like we all do.
Ball is on the 14, John. So this is going to be a real test for the Nantucket defense. Nantucket defense has not allowed a touchdown now, going on 8 quarters, I believe. The first team has not allowed a touchdown this year. The only touchdown scored against Nantucket this year came at the end of the first game against a second unit. So let's see what the first unit can do here. Ball on the 14.
And Central Falls, Dealey wants a up the middle little draw play to number 7, Mara Gonzalez, who just went in the game, gets the ball down to about the 5. Well executed draw play. I have to imagine that the Central Falls would dearly like to score here and not leave shut out.
Yeah, if any.
Beamish and Roberts were in on the captain.
Mike got over the end.
Ball on the 6-yard line, John.
All right. Sanchez brings the team out. Full house backfield. Everyone in tight. Whalers jump up on an 8-man line. Ball goes to St. Pierre. He's brought down hard by by number 81, Coletti.
Supposed to make it third and 2. And I don't know if they lost anything on that play. Maybe they lost a half a yard.
Nice play by Coletti coming in from his defensive end slot, Dick. Cutting down into your the run was off tackle. He cut down good and made a stop. Again, full house backfield. Everyone jammed up. Wales all jammed on the line. Ball goes to Ball goes to Tulin, the co-captain, brought down, wrestled down by a number of Whalers. First of all, I think Seitz made the first hit. Helped out by Fraker, helped out by
Beamish.
Beamish, helped out by Joe Hallett.
I think they made enough for the first down, though.
I don't know. Gonna move the poles. Nope, it's gonna be, yep, it's gonna be first and goal. First and goal, 4:59 left in the game.
Ball on the 3.
Fall River's gonna get 4 shots from the 3. We'll see what the Whalers can do here.
Central Falls, 2.
Central Falls,
They'll
Fall
get
River.
another 4. At the Fall
Bellows Falls, Vermont.
At the Fall River
Frostbite-
against their Falls, Central
Frostbite
Falls will get
Fall.
another 4.
All right. Everyone in tight. Wales got 8 men up in the line of scrimmage. They shoot someone through the gap. Looks like it might be Hallett or it was Matt Roberts. Got him by the ankle and
Number
still a
7.
gain of a couple, gain of maybe 1. It is going to be second and goal. We'll see if the Whalers can hold. St. Pierre coming in the game now for Bellows Falls.
Second and goal.
It's just a town. Are you from there?
John has fallen on something over there. Hard times, I think.
All right, Frostbite Falls comes to the line. Too many Necco wafers. Again, everyone packed in. St. Pierre's the back. Wales up in the line. A little pitch to the outside. It's going to be a foot race. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Central.
In for the touchdown, Mario Gonzalez. A little pitch, and the Whalers couldn't catch him when he ran to the corner, and Central Falls is on the board.
Central Falls is on the board. First touchdown scored against the first unit this year. First touchdown scored in about 8 quarters against the Whalers as they got 1 touchdown in their first game. They shut out Tri-County last week, and they brought this one into the 4th quarter with just under 4 minutes ago when Central Falls punches it in from 3 yards out. The run was a sweep by Mario Gonzalez, and he beat everybody to the corner after taking the pitch from the QB. And let's see, Central Falls should be going for the 2 and maybe come back with an onside kick, so we might have a little excitement out of this last 4 minutes yet.
Yahoo!
Let's see, I have a feeling they might run the same play.
Central Falls is going to go, and they do run the same play. Dick, a little pass off,
Oh.
and St. Pierre catches it. That was an interesting little play. A pitch to Mario Gonzalez, and he finds St. Pierre in the corner of the end zone with a little pass, a little halfback option. I noticed that the Central Falls coaches were here watching the Boys Club football during the week, Dick, picking up some of those halfback option plays.
You don't have that play in your playbook. You just sort of make that up in your huddle. They say, you know that play where you run to the corner? Well, just run halfway to the corner, stop,
Flip it over the guy's
and
head.
just throw it out there. There should be 2 or 3 white jerseys out there. You just throw it to one of them. Make sure his number doesn't start with a 50 or a 60, though. So a good extra point by Central Falls, and with 3:53, that only took 1 second. I believe, I don't know how, it's kind of hard to fathom, went from 3:54 to 3:53.
Fast. It was a fast play.
So what do you think? Onside kick coming up?
Onside kick, this would be a good time for it.
Let's see if Nantucket gets
What
all
do
the
you think,
hands.
Bob? Onside kick?
Could be, John.
Could be. Bob says could be.
Bob is nodding off there.
He's
We
gone
better-
into a sugar-induced coma.
We better prop him up, boy, because Bob's gonna be sleeping the night here. You can buy here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. You see the camera still in the window. Jim Davis will be out there cleaning the field.
On camera.
Bob will be filming it. First time groundskeeper's ever been filmed Saturday morning picking up the field. Bob will say, Jim, I can't get the whole thing. I ran out of tape, but I can get the first half hour of it.
All right, now Whalers also think, Dick, that it could be a onside kick. They have 1 man back Gardner, and everyone's up front. And nope, they're going to go deep. Gardner takes the ball to 25. He's got a nice ball up the middle. He's going to break it to the outside. Whoa, he's upended by St. Pierre.
Fumble.
And I think he was down before he dropped out.
They sort of picked him up, and as he was being dropped down, the ball came out, but he's down, no fumble. So 3:44 to go, and Nantucket will be setting up here on the 36-yard line. And I think Coach Capizzo's over there saying to Hickman and Conley, let's just run the ball and get rid of the clock.
Well, 3:44 left on that clock to get rid of. 1st and 10 on a 36.
How many timeouts does Central Falls have left?
We don't know. Fraker wide to the right, backs in an eye. Ball goes to Gardner. He finds a big hole. Some good running up the middle, and he brings it close to a first down. I think he has
First
it.
down. I know Fall River has 4 left. If Central Falls has all their 5, nine timeouts. That could really slow this game down.
Next week they're playing Frostbite Falls over at the Coast Guard Academy.
So Chris Garner gets a big 9 there.
Gardner must be over 100 for tonight,
Actually
Dick.
10 for the first down.
What are we guessing so far for yards gained by Gardner?
Yeah, he's going to be over 100. Maybe our crack statistician Chris Warning get us a total here.
He's trying to add. He got one of his shoes off.
Yeah, we always know when Gardner's getting close to 100 is one of Chris's shoes comes off. 111 for Gardner.
Matt Roberts
Ball goes up
carries.
strong to Matt Roberts off tackle, and he brings it over midfield, gaining about 4.
My captain kid, John, almost rested on that.
So Chris Gardner has 111. And we're gonna have to go start
2 minutes.
checking over for our Harbor Fuel player of the game.
Not gonna talk.
All right.
2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. 2nd and 6, ball on the 49. I got some ideas for the Harbor Fuel. I got some radical ideas for the Harbor Fuel player of the game.
Well, we're gonna count the other votes first.
Next, a little draw to Roberts, to Gardner. He's breaking it outside, breaking it to the 35. It's going to be a touchdown.
Touchdown,
Gardner
Nantucket.
took it up the middle on a draw play, broke it to the left, and then it was just a foot race into the end zone.
So he adds 49 yards to his total, so he's up to 160, and he's got his hat trick again. 3rd week in a row, he scored 3 touchdowns.
Great play by Gardner, tremendous balance, some good running, and he knows when. You know, he has a sense of the vision of the field, Dick. He knows when to cut it up and when to just race to the end zone.
So Chris Gardner leading Division 5 in scoring, John. He's not going to hurt his chances tonight. Coming into tonight's game with 38 points, he adds 18 to that. Let's see, by the 38, 48, 56.
He's very good. You must have been a math teacher.
So he's got 56 points now, and he may just not let Kevin kick this ball. He may run it in like he did to get those other 2 points.
Martin with the kick, and it is up, and it is good. Whalers make it 27-8. 2:13 left in the game, and this is quickly becoming an all-Nantucket affair again, Dick.
Yeah, any hope at all that Central Falls had after getting that interception on the 14 and getting that quick touchdown is well dashed there as Nantucket takes the kickoff, gets a couple of runs, gets the ball up to about the 49-yard line, and then from there, Chris Gardner, we had just gotten his stats from Chris Warner, 111. He adds a 49 on there. So all of a sudden, this is Chris Gardner's best rushing game of the year. He had like 119, 127. Now he's got 160.
It is really good to see the Whalers. You know, we were asking last week, is it good to have a couple of easy games and then try to take on the tough opponents? But this was a good test for the Whalers, and they rose to the occasion with flying colors.
Next week they're going against Blue Hills. A little bit of a shocker last week around the people that follow Division 5, Division 6, Mayflower Large and Small. Blue Hills got upset by Holbrook Avon, and that sort of was a shocker.
Avon calling for them, Dick.
Avon calling. And some of the Nantucket coaches were up there checking out Blue Hills, and they said they don't look as strong as they looked last year, and that's going to be on Coach Capizzo's mind. He wants to avenge that loss next Saturday.
All right, the ball comes up short to big number 63. Oh, puts his head down. He's still running. Takes it down the sideline. Runs over a few more Whalers. Number 63, that is Gus
Matt
Rodriguez,
Roberts
who's
and
been doing all the kicking. 245. He's the new Central Falls fullback starting next week.
Right now, the coach is telling 63, get your jersey off, put on this 44. Anybody get in there and block, and let's give it a 44. That'll be our offense for the last 2 minutes. Porter Fraga was the first one to put a lick on him, and Porter really felt that. He just sort of...
He's going to feel it tomorrow.
He only has like 122 pounds on Porter anyway, so he just used those extra 122 just to barrel right around Porter and keep going upfield.
Says here it's 150.
Porter's 150.
Well, what does that mean?
That means I was,
Maureen with
I was
another-
off by one, so he only has 121 pounds on him.
Nothing like getting corrected by your wife in the booth.
On tape.
All right, Sanchez looking downfield. Basically to nobody.
Swain on the coverage out there, but
Mario Gonzalez, Swain on the good coverage.
that's not the pass that I think Central Falls wanted to throw at this time.
Central Falls' passing game has been real suspect. Sanchez seems like a great quarterback. Chris giving us the 0. What?
Our crack statistician told us that Central Falls has not completed a pass yet in this game.
Well, I guess the
Except-
passing game is suspect. then.
Except the one to Seitz and Gardner. So for the third week in a row, Seitz is the leading pass receiver for the other team, unless unless they can complete one here.
All right, 158, 2nd and 10 on a 43. Little flare
there it
pass
is,
to
there
St.
it is.
Pierre. He tries to cut it up the sideline. Sisha drives him out of bounds. Gain of about 5.
And Chris Warner just jinxed them there by bringing up that stat, and then they complete the next pass. So a little 5-yarder. Nantucket will give that up. They just wish that, oh, he did stay in bounds. I was going to say they just wish they kept him in bounds. They did keep him in bounds. Clock ticking away. Nantucket getting a host of our new whalers into the game. We see Lindley in there. Barone getting into the game. John Lombard getting in. Sisha.
Sanchez keeping the ball, rolling to his right, looking downfield. Hits number 85, the tight end. Everyone slips. Barone brings him down. Both of them
a
were
flag
facing
comes out
to
at
see
the
a
end.
flag.
Probably a face mask at the end of that.
One of those high one, Dick.
Another
Joe
one.
Swain.
That was 85, Jason Perry, one of the co-captains. And I think they're going to say that he slipped and...
He was already down,
yeah.
so there was a late hit.
The two of them slipped. Barone was chasing him over to the sidelines, and they both slipped and fell down. And then Barone got up, put a little lick on him.
Yeah, a lot of booing on the Nantucket side of the field. They didn't like that call. Bob did notice that it was another high flag, so the referee on that side of the field really likes to get distance on his throws. So that's good. That's a good thing in a referee to get distance on your throws. You know, he doesn't just slide them out of his pocket and drop them when nobody can see him. He gets high arcs on them.
High sticking through them.
Okay, so the penalty brings it down to the 14. This is where Central Falls started their only touchdown drive of the day from the 14.
Less than a minute left. Fakes to St. Pierre. He's rolling to his left. Sanchez fires it down.
Interception.
Wellnitz
Michael Wellnitz playing safety.
came up on that one, and he anticipated that one all the way, Dick.
So Central Falls, their last gasp of the day here. They would like to put another one on the board, although it wouldn't have meant much. But the Nantucket second defense here rises to the occasion. Michael Wellnitz picks it off.
Wellness getting in on the interception merry-go-round. Well, defensive backs have been really riding high.
That's
last,
the third interception of the day. We have one by Wellnitz, one by Garner, and one by Seitz. Remember, if you're traveling to the Big Blue Hills game next week, there'll be a bus going up called Doris to show at the school.
C-shirt quarterback now. Ball goes to
Beamish, tough
Chris
running.
Beamish.
Tough run there by Beamish. They're going against the big boys here now, and they're getting a few pops. Some of these Central Falls guys taking out their licks on the second team whalers.
Well, won't be doing it for long. 21 seconds. This could be the last play of the game. Sisha brings out the whalers. Sirocco is the fullback, and Beamish is the up back. Little pitch to Beamish to the right. Got a nice block for Sirocco, and he's got some still on his feet, moving to the sidelines. One man to beat. Brought down. Boy, a nice run by Beamish, and he brings the ball up to about the 35. And that'll be the game.
A little icing on the cake there at the end as Beamish gets a chance to run it after getting clocked on the last play. This time takes it off about a 29-yard run, and the whalers ended out of time here for Central Falls. So Nantucket has won their 3rd of the year, 27-8, and they're going to go against Blue Hills next week with a 3-0 record. Back up at Mass Maritime.
This was a game worth watching, Dick.
Nice game tonight, yes, 27-8, but it was an exciting game. A lot of fun plays, a lot of mistakes, and sometimes the mistakes help make the plays fun. So we're counting up our tallies up here. We're in the Island Airline post-game show. Remember, if you're heading off to see Blue Hills next, you can give Island Airlines a call at 228-7575 and get over there and jump on that peanut bus and head up there. So the votes are in, and somebody who played well on both sides of the ball tonight, making a couple catches, at least 3 catches, and one time really moved upfield. The Harborfield player of the game, Victor Farentella. So that's it, John.
He had a
long
good game,
night.
both sides of the ball, like you say.
You're watching
long night.
You're watching this game Monday night. We were here for about 2.5 days, though, doing this doubleheader.
We got here at 6:15 this morning, and in between naps and the big Channel 3 van, we finally made it.
So this is Dick Herman saying good night for Channel 3. John Stanton. Bob Laundrie on camera most of the time. Bob Thompson filling here and at the end.
Oh, Bob Thompson filling in
Chris
on
Warner
drums.
with stats.
19 carries, 162 yards.
Chris Gardner, 19 carries, 162 yards, and Maureen Herman filling in a little bit too with some of the tackles. Good night from Channel 3.
Really from Bellows, Bob?
Whatever. I mean, that just doesn't come out.
I know you, and you know me, I don't mention it. I've been where I'm not supposed to be, I don't mention it. You go north, I stay south. My mama says that's a long way round. I don't know how it all turns out, I don't mention it. I don't mention it.
You'll find the Artists Association of Nantucket Gallery at 19 Washington Street. The Artists Association presents a full season of member exhibitions, juried shows,